What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, November 24th, 2015, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Jon Snow may indeed appear on Game of Thrones Season 6, contrary to reports. The HBO series sent fans into a frenzy by sharing a character poster of Snow, played by Kit Harington, Monday on Facebook. The young Lord Commander of the Night's Watch was stabbed and left for dead on the Season 5 finale in June. Snow's fate on the show remains uncertain, although Harington told Entertainment Weekly he's not coming back following the finale. Series co-creator Dan Weiss also insisted the character is dead at the Television Critics Association press tour in July. Harington was spotted in Belfast while Season 6 was filming, however, and told Dutch magazine Humo he'll probably be in his 30s when his Game of Thrones run is over. The 28-year-old English actor has portrayed Snow since the series premiere in 2011. Game of Thrones will return in April 2016. The show is based on a Song of Ice and Fire book series by George R.R. Martin and co-star Emilia Clarke, Peter Dinklage, and Maisie Williams. Natalie Dormer, who plays Marjorie Tyrell, previewed new problems for her character last week. Spoiler alerts. The burning question of whether Stephen Yang's character Glenn survived the zombie onslaught weeks ago was finally answered on Sunday night's episode of The Walking Dead. Glenn was shown to have made a miraculous escape from the man-eating monsters by sliding under a dumpster and barricading himself in with walker bodies. He waited until they wandered away and then emerged, shaken and dehydrated, from his hiding place and started heading back to the compound where his pregnant wife Maggie had been anxiously waiting for him. In addition to providing resolutions to the fan favorite's current Season 6 storyline, the show also restored the original cast member's name to its opening credits. The actor appeared on Chris Hardwick's analysis program Talking Dead in Los Angeles via satellite from the Walking Dead set in Atlanta. I feel relieved, Yang said after admitting he had been hiding out to avoid questions about his character's fate. He says, I feel very grateful. I feel so amazed at the response. I feel bad that I couldn't say anything to everyone, family and friends. I'm pretty sure I've lost friendships along the way. It's been kind of overwhelming. I don't even know how to really take it all. Asked what he thinks it means that Glenn survived this ordeal, Yang replies, I think it proves that this world can still take that story of the good guy winning sometimes. I really like the fact that it's not this bent of always seeking out something miserable happening on television or something terrible and sulking on that, and rather just really accepting the fact that sometimes good guys survive. Kylie Jenner and Tyga stepped out together Sunday, just days after their reported split. The 18-year-old reality star and the 26-year-old rapper attended Justin Bieber's American Music Awards after-party, where Jenner was spotted holding hands with her beau. The sighting follows news that the couple had broken up on Tyga's birthday, November 19th. Jenner first sparked rumors of a reconciliation by posting a Snapchat of herself with the rapper caption, Everyone needs to chill, on Saturday. A source told E! News this is not the first time or the last time that Kylie and Tyga will break up to make up. Kylie and Tyga's age difference does add a bit of pressure to the relationship. Tyga is a father and has had more relationship experience than Kylie. The insider added, it's not a surprise seeing them together so soon. There are strong feelings there. It's all about the level of commitment. She wants to enjoy being young and her freedom, and he is more serious and wants a commitment, so they're trying to figure this out. Jenner responded to speculations by posting a photo of herself with Tyga at the after-party Monday, writing Chaos. The pair was first linked in the fall of 2014 and went public with their relationship at the reality star's 18th birthday party in August. Meghan Trainor and Charlie Puth surprised fans by making out at the 2015 American Music Awards. The 21-year-old recording artist and 23-year-old singer shocked fans by passionately kissing on stage Sunday to end their performance of Marvin Gaye. Poof told People magazine ahead of the ceremony there will be a lot of making out. Poof later clarified on Twitter that he and Traynor are just friends, adding, "So happy to perform with Megan tonight." The pair previously kissed while filming their Marvin Gaye music video, but the footage didn't make the cut. The YouTube star told MTV of the scene, "The word awkward never came to mind because Megan's a very good kisser. I have no problem kissing people in front of other people, but my parents were there. I'm like, that's a doozy. Let's see how this works itself out." Marvin Gaye marked Poof's first single and will appear on his debut studio album, 9-Track Mind. The record is scheduled for release on January 29th and will also include the single One Call Away. Traynor was nominated for Favorite Pop Rock Female Artist and Favorite Adult Contemporary Artist, belongs to Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift respectively. The recording artist released her album Tidal in January, which included the hit singles All About That Bass and Dear Future Husband. Gigi Hadid appeared to debut a drastic new look at the 2015 American Music Awards on Sunday. The 20-year-old model stunned in a white Bio-Tranchi dress on the red carpet, but surprised fans with her bob hairstyle. Hadid previously sported flocking locks well past her shoulders. Stylist Bryce Scarlett told People magazine, "I was really inspired by the neckline of the dress. The dress called for short, sexy, easy-looking hair." The drastic look may not have been permanent, however, as Hadid teased to Juliana Rancic, "There's tricks of the trade," she told the E! News host. The model's mom, Yolanda Foster, later confirmed as much by captioning a photo of Hadid with hashtag #JustOneNightBob. Hadid's ex-boyfriend, Joe Jonas, whom she split from earlier this month, also showed off a new look at the awards ceremony. The 26-year-old singer now has blue hair and walked the red carpet with his latest project, DNCE. Hadid is known for her modeling work with Guess and walked the runway in the Victoria's Secret's fashion show for the first time this month. She has also appeared on Bravo's reality series, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, with her mom. Conservative television personality Elizabeth Hasselbeck said Monday she will leave her job as a panelist on Fox and Friends next month. Fox News said various co-hosts will fill in until Hasselbeck's replacement is hired. She said in a statement, "Oftentimes the most difficult decisions are between two great things." Hasselbeck is married mother of 3 young children. She said, "Through my 14 years working in television, I have never experienced a more positive and thoughtful atmosphere than Fox News Channel, thanks to the strong leadership of Fox News Chairman and CEO Roger Ailes, who has created the best working environment a woman and mother could ask for. His understanding, compassion, and kindness was exemplified when I shared with him that I am entering into a season where I want to start my day with my children first, and he offered his blessing to do so. With a heart full of gratitude and the peace that God has given me, I'm confident that this personal decision is the right one for our family, and we'll be joining all of you watching Fox and Friends each morning as we get ready for school together." Elias added, "Elizabeth and I discussed this at length over several weeks, and while I would love for her to continue here, I respect her incredibly difficult yet deeply personal decision. She has been a great addition to the Fox and Friends franchise." Hasselbeck was a panelist on ABC's The View from 2003 to 2013. She replaced Gretchen Carlson on Fox and Friends in September 2013. Jenna Doan Tatum says Lucy Lane will have a genuine friendship with Carla Danvers on Supergirl. The 34-year-old actress opened up about her storyline in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter published Monday. Doan plays Lucy on the CBS series with Benoist as Kara, a.k.a. Supergirl, with McCad Brooks as the pair's love interest, Jimmy Olsen. Doan's introduction episode was delayed in the wake of the Paris attacks due to its terrorism plotline, but will air on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The network broadcasts the following episode instead, which sees Lucy and Jimmy get back together. The star revealed the introduction episode will clear up a lot of deep questions people have about James and Lucy. "I wasn't interested in coming on as playing this old intentional foil to James and Kara. This isn't just a love triangle storyline." Doan says The show's writers created a realistic female story where Lucy develops a friendship with Kara instead of just being an ice queen who shakes things up. The actress promises the relationship blossoms into an awesome and exciting plot lines to come. She shares, "I let her in on some of my insecurities about James and stuff that happens to be about Supergirl. So we bond over a common thing that all women have, which is moments of weakness and moments of strength. So I get to be vulnerable and talk with Kara, and that creates a friendship." Supergirl premieres in October and co-stars Cheryl Leak as Alex Danvers, Jeremy Jordan as Wingshot Jr., David Harewood as Hank Henshaw, and Clarissa Flockhart as Cat Grant. The series follows Kara as she embraces and begins to use her powers as Supergirl. Shooting began this week in London on Taboo, an 8-episode television series starring legend and Mad Max Fury Road actor Tom Hardy, the BBC announced. The BBC One and FX program was created by Stephen Knight, whose credits include Peaky Blinders and Locke. Christopher Nolholm is the director. The synopsis reads, Taboo will star Hardy as James Keziak Delaney, who returns to 1814 London after 10 years in Africa to discover he had been left a mysterious legacy by his father. Driven to wage war on those who have wronged him, Delaney finds himself in a face-off against the East India Company while playing a dangerous game between two warring nations, Britain and America. The ensemble cast includes Michael Kelly, Jonathan Pryce, Anula Chaplin, and David Heyman. Polly Hill, controller of BBC Drama Commissioning, said in a statement on Monday, "The talent on and off screen is incredible, and I'm so excited to see Steve's captivating scripts come to life. Tom Hardy and the rest of the cast are set to bring this original and spectacular story to life in a unique and epic way." Charlie Sheen will reportedly sell the house he bought for ex-wife Brooke Mueller. A source told People magazine the 50-year-old actor is seeking to sell the 38-year-old actress's multi-million-dollar home to provide for their 6-year-old twin sons Max and Bob. The insider clarified Sheen is not evicting Mueller, contrary to reports. The source said Brooke and the boys did not get kicked out of the house, but Charlie does need to sell the house. A different insider told the magazine Mueller is still living in the home, and a sale is not a concern right now for the actress. Sheen and Mueller were married from 2008 to 2011, and the actor is also father to daughters Cassandra, Sam, and Lola. The former Two and a Half Men star revealed he is HIV positive last week, but Mueller and her and his children are virus-free. A source told Us Weekly, Charlie only has one house. The other two houses were each bought as a trust for his kids, one for Sam and Lola, and the other for Bob and Max, and are controlled by their mothers, Denise Richards and Mueller. If the houses are sold, the money goes right to his kids. The insider also added Charlie has been extremely generous to his kids and always has taken care of them. He still sees them and wants to have a strong relationship with them. He always puts his kids first now, so the houses don't have anything to do with the extortion. Sheen claimed he partially went public with his HIV status in response to people extorting him for money over the information. The star's dad, actor Martin Sheen, praised his son for his courage following the reveal on the Today Show. Today's Show weatherman Al Roker has taken to social media to slam a New York cabbie for passing him up for being black. Roker wrote on Twitter Saturday, filed a complaint today after getting passed up again by a New York City yellow cab. Cabbie picked up a white guy a block away. Wonder why Uber wins. He also added, this happens to folks of color every day, and while most cabbies do their job, there are those ignorant racist ones who hurt the others, he continued. The Taxi and Limousine Commission Chair, Meera Joshi, spoke to the New York Daily News to confirm Roker's complaint and mentioned that service refusal goes to the core of the taxi industry's social contract with the riding public, and it will not be tolerated, before promising to investigate this thoroughly and take every appropriate action. Filed a complaint today. Roker tweeted, filed a complaint today after getting passed up again by a New York City yellow cab. And he also tweeted, Roker also described how the situation was made worse since he was accompanied by his teenage son, Nick. He tweeted, what really hurts, my 13-year-old son, Bai, was with me and asked why the cabbie passed us. I said, Nick, ignorant people make dumb choices. He also tweeted by saying, hopefully at New York City Taxi weeds out the bad apples. Look forward to hearing and dealing with this. I will keep you posted, the famed television personality wrote to his over 400,000 followers. Roker is coming off his Rokathon 2, which saw the 61-year-old deliver the forecast on the Today Show across 50 states and the District of Columbia in 7 days, which also earns him a new Guinness World Record. Lauren Bush and husband David Loren welcomed their first child. The model, designer, and CEO, creative director, and co-founder of Feed Projects is the niece of former President George W. Bush and granddaughter of former President George H.W. Bush. And her husband is the son of fashion designer Ralph Lauren. The couple revealed the pregnancy in late July. According to Us Weekly, the couple announced their son's arrival on Instagram Sunday. Bush tweeted, welcome to the world, sweet baby James, born yesterday morning on November 21st at 8:19. David Loren and I are beyond thrilled and in love. ITV announced plans Monday to air Britain's The Voice and the new spin-off The Voice Kids starting in 2017. The UK edition of The Voice was broadcast on the BBC for the past 4 seasons. It will move to the ITV after its upcoming 5th season on the BBC. Peter Fincham, ITV's director of television, said in a statement, ITV is the natural home of big entertainment, so we are thrilled that The Voice and The Voice Kids are both joining our family alongside brilliant shows like The X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, Saturday Night Takeaway, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. John DeMol, Taplev co-founder and creator of The Voice, added, we are delighted that The Voice has found a new home at ITV. With the addition of The Voice Kids, we're excited about working with ITV in 2017 to develop and expand the Voice experience for the United Kingdom audience after completing what we think will be a fantastic upcoming season on the BBC, who have been a great partner. The BBC is incredibly proud of The Voice, but the fifth series, which starts in January, will be our last. Mark Lindsley, acting director of the BBC Television, confirmed earlier this month. He also added, we always say we wouldn't get it into a bidding war or pay inflated prices to keep the show. It's a testament to how the BBC has built the program up and established it into a mainstay of the Saturday night schedule. That's another broadcaster has posted. Season 5 of the singing competition series will feature will.i.am, Boy George, Paloma Faith, and Ricky Wilson as coaches. No casting has been announced yet for the show once it moves to ITV. Netflix's newest Marvel series, Jessica Jones, sent social media into a tizzy over Kristen Ritter's portrayal of the newest superhero from Hell's Kitchen. One Twitter user wrote, it only took 35 years, a character I really like, an awesome plot, and a Netflix series to get me to buy my first comic book. Another Twitter user wrote, Jessica Jones proved women can be as complex, gritty, determined, even as unlikable as men, if not more. Jessica Jones followed Ritter's character after a tragic ending to her short-lived superhero stint as she rebuilds her personal life and career as a detective who gets pulled into cases in New York City. It is the second series after Daredevil in the planned Netflix Marvel Universe, which will be followed by Luke Cage, who was introduced on the show as played by Mike Coulter. Jessica Jones also has some famous fans. Star Phoebe Tonkin tweeted, I am 3 episodes deep into hashtag Jessica Jones, and I'm completely sold at Netflix. And there are those who are helpful with quite frank, excellent suggestions. One Twitter user wrote, the writers for Jessica Jones and Daredevil need to come together and write a Black Widow 13-episode prequel Netflix series. The Foo Fighters have released a free 5-track EP entitled Saint Cecilia that is dedicated to the victims of the November 13th terrorist attacks in Paris. The free collection of new songs was released Sunday night after a mysterious clock ended its countdown on the Foo Fighters' official websites. While free, the band encourages fans to make a donation in support of the victims of the terrorist attacks on Paris. The EP can be downloaded or streamed for free on stceciliaep.com or pre-ordered on vinyl for $10.99. Saint Cecilia was hinted at by frontman Dave Grohl in October after the band had recorded a few songs while in Texas. After the attacks and after the Foo Fighters canceled the remainder of its concert tour, Grohl believes that perhaps these songs can bring a little light into this sometimes dark world, adding that music is life and that hope and healing go in hand with the song. Grohl last made headlines in June when, after breaking his leg during a concert in Sweden, he still returned to finish the show. In its first 3 days of release, Adele's 25 has already sold at least 2.3 million copies in pure album sales in the U.S., according to Nielsen Music. And at the present, industry forecasters suggest the album could finish the week with 2.9 million albums sold. Thus, 25 is already only the second album to sell more than 2 million copies in a single week since Nielsen's Music began tracking sales in 1991. Further, by the end of the day Monday, it should surpass the single week's record currently held by NSYNC's No Strings Attached, which debuted with 2.4 million sold in the week ending March 26, 2000. 25 was released on November 20th through XL Columbia Records. It's Adele's third studio album. Nielsen's music tracking weeks runs Friday through Thursday each week, so 25's first week will conclude on November 26. Billboard is scheduled to report 25's debut week sales on Sunday, November 29th, once Nielsen has finished processing its weekly data. In a related story, the Muppets spoofed Adele's Hello. Miss Piggy, Kermit the Frog, and the SEPA camera filtered team up to become the latest to parody Adele's spoof-heavy song Hello. The new and hilarious commercial for the ABC Tuesday sitcom The Muppets debuted Sunday during the Disney Broadcast Network's American Music Awards. In it, a forlorn piggy belts out her love for ex-boyfriend Kermit, and then she gets a mouthful of leaves. For his part, Kermit gets nailed by both a tea kettle and a keyboard. Rihanna's season has officially arrived. Several days after unlocking her anti-diary, the unfiltered bad girl has announced her 2016 anti-world tour with some big-name plus ones. Rihanna's global trek, powered by Live Nation, will kick off in North America on Friday, February 26, 2016, at the Vijas Arena in San Diego, California, with her special guest Travis Scott for her North American dates. She then shuffles aboard to Europe on Saturday, June 11th, with Big Sean and The Weeknd as part of her lineup. Puma will also be on hand for the creative director's tour with unique on-set activations and retail programs in selected North American venues, according to a press release. The 40-show gig will be in support of her forthcoming studio effort, Anti. Tickets for North American and European shows hit www.livenation.com on Thursday, December 3rd, while American Express card members can cope their way into before the general public on Monday, November 30th at 10 a.m. A release date for Anti still hasn't been confirmed, but the tour dates gives fans hopes that an album drop will be in the very near future. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1973, Ringo Starr earns a solo number one hit with Photograph. Ringo Starr became the third former Beatle to earn a solo number one hit when Photograph topped the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts on November 24th, 1973. Starr, the man who replaced Pete Best on drums in the Beatles in 1962, once famously proclaimed his role in the group that he was just juice happy to be here. But just because he was willing to act the part of the blindly lucky tag-along on the Beatles' Gravy Train doesn't mean it was true. Ringo Starr's quietly spectacular drumming laid a foundation for the Beatles' revolutionary sound, and his self-effacing charm became a key component of the Fab Four's popular identity. But Starr's likability was no creation of the media. Indeed, even if fans could never agree on who their favorite Beatle was, there can be no question who was the Beatles' own favorite. It was Ringo, the one and only member of the Fab Four who maintained a solid friendship with each of his former bandmates, even after their acrimonious breakup. Proof of Ringo Starr's special place within the Beatles can be found in his beautiful 2004 book, Postcards from the Boys, a collection of sweet, funny, and heartfelt cards sent to Starr by his famous former bandmates, both during and after their years together as Beatles. It was no accident that the former Mr. Richard Starkey was the only former Beatle to have such a collection gathered dust in a drawer at home, just as it is no accident that the only musical project to which all four Beatles ever contributed after their 1970 breakup was his 1973 album Ringo. Ringo yielded two hits for Starr, Photograph, which topped the Billboard pop charts on this date in 1973 and Year 16, which did the same just 2 months later. Photograph was co-written by George Harrison, who also contributed backing tracks and a 12-string guitar solo to the track. Also on this date in 1993, Mrs. Doubtfire, starring Robin Williams as a divorced father who disguises himself as an elderly British nanny in order to spend time with his children, opens in theaters. Directed by Chris Columbus, who directed Home Alone, and based on a 1987 novel by Anne Fine titled Alias Madame Doubtfire, the film co-stars Sally Field, Harvey Fierstein, and Pierce Brosnan, with Williams following the footsteps of such actors in drag as Dustin Hoffman in 1982's Tootsie and Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis in 1959's Some Like It Hot. Mrs. Doubtfire was a big commercial and critical success. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, November 24th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.